Hey Gloria, this is Misty. Thank you so much for wanting the reading for you and your son James. I'm excited to get started. So this is a synastry parent-child reading here. So I'm trying to look at things that are going to be helpful to you. So if you have questions after this, let me know. This is a brief 15-minute video just to hit kind of points that jumped out to me. I like to start with just looking at your big three for each of you. So I see James is a Libra rising, Libra sun, and an Aries moon. So he is having this sun ascendant conjunction. So that's very powerful for him having this really big presence when he first meets people. And he is going to be someone that people feel like he is just like the center stage kind of person. His energy is going to attract a lot of people into his life. So if I look across just briefly, I can see, wow, look at his seventh house is completely packed, right? And no kidding, because look, the sun on the ascendant just shows like this magnetism. Think of how huge the sun is in the solar system. He has all that energy right at the time that he was brought into this world. So it's just this huge energy, and his presence is going to be something that other people just can't resist. So it's a blessing for him to be very influential in people's lives. And he has a Mars first house too. So he's going to be somebody that um, is heard and seen. And it's in Libra, so it's more of a diplomatic and harmonious energy that he's sending out, but it is very strong and felt and powerful. Um, his Aries moon brings a little bit of opposing forces to his personality. So there's the side of him that really is considerate and harmonious and just is really focused on justice and fairness in his life and other people's. This, like, I don't really want to rock the boat or create conflicts. But then there's this other side of him that he wants what he wants, and he has this stronger independent streak than most Libras do. And he's going to want um, to be free to do what he wants to do. So you'll think, oh, he's a double Libra. He must be very compliant and very go with the flow. But actually, that's not true with him because it's his first house. So it's what he wants to do. And he'll think that it's justified. He'll have his air sign reasoning and logic to back him up. But he still has all that power of the Aries moon behind him. So that's his big three. He's going to be a leader type. He's somebody that is going to have followers, and he's going to be very influential. And he is going to be interested in his partnerships. So he is going to still have that side of him that is fair-minded, and he does care what his partners think. So your big three, let's look real quick. So you're the outer ring. So we have a Cancer sun and a Cap rising and your Gemini moon. So you have a good mix here of like different perspectives that you can take on things. It kind of makes you more level-headed because you're not persuadable just in one area. You kind of have like you have what we call like the maternal and paternal side. So as a parent, that's wonderful, right? Because you naturally have this leadership ability for you, a Cap rising. You know how to get things done. You know how to take charge. You know how to give tough love when you need to make a point. But then your sun is ruled by the moon, the emotional nature, the nurturer, and the unconditional love provider. So when you're looking at being a parent, that's kind of the best of both worlds. You can do the tough love and the unconditional love to give a child like this well-rounded approach, which is it's great for your situation. Your Gemini moon is going to keep you curious about things and help you not become overly emotional in responses to things. Sometimes Cancer sun can bring in those moods, but Gemini is adaptable and it can shake things off a little bit and it can see facts better than just moods and feelings. So I feel like that's a strength for you in parenting too. Plus, it's going to help relate to your air sign sun. The air rising in the air sun, it's nice for you to have an air moon for that emotional understanding that sometimes you don't need words for, that you can just kind of relate and get their vibe and mellow them out. It's like that co-regulating ability that will come naturally for you because that's also the language that he speaks. Let's look at a couple of things that I always look at in synastry charts. I look at what's Saturn doing. So for love relationships, we look at Saturn for long-term success, but in the parent son situation, I like to see just to see like where, because there's always some kind of connection. It's so interesting to see. So your ascendant is sextile his Saturn. So it just goes to show that there's like this significant union anytime. If you already know this, forgive me. But anytime there's a Saturn going towards anything significant, like the ascendant, descendant line, or if it's on the luminary, it's just this significant relationship. It's like this sense that you've met before, that like this union is not by chance, that there's this glue that holds you two together. And I see it on both ways here. So your ascendant is sextile his Saturn, and then your Saturn is quincunx to his south node. So the node is our where we came from, north node's where we're going. And it's really like some people would argue like our karma map, compass direction of what we've already accomplished and what this time we want to experience. So for him, his south node is in his first house and his north node is in his seventh house. And you really feel that struggle in his chart here. He's so comfortable on this access here, but he has all this power in the seventh house. This time he wants to learn from other people to find this authoritative and confident voice. And he's kind of struggles with that because in Libra, he is fair-minded, but he is interested in his own goals. But he kind of is unsure about how it's going to affect somebody that he cares about. And he seems to be attracted to people who are more bold and sure and don't second guess things. He has all this magnetism in his personality, but he's going to look for people that are more confident to learn confidence in himself. And it's kind of the journey of his life is to get to the point that he's putting himself in his relationships that he's getting into, that it's not about what he can do for someone else. It's more about, or that he can't speak his needs in a relationship, that he should be alone if he wants what he wants. He's going to learn that no, he is going to get what he wants from a partnership, and it's okay to be bold and assertive in a relationship to get what you want. That's what he wants to experience this time, less compromising and being on his own and more being assertive in his partnerships. And he's going to meet a lot of people to help him learn how to be that way. And with your Saturn involved in this south node and north node situation, it lets me know that you're going to be one of the people that helps teach him that. So when your Saturn is involved, there's long-term help here. You're not going anywhere. You're going to see this in him and you're going to help him develop what he needs to do to get where he needs to get. And it's just that mark again. So both ways, you both are here. It's both a significant relationship. You both feel that you're both in it long term, and there's not a lot of shaking that ground that you both share there, which is wonderful. So it's a both sided. You both need each other. You're there for each other, and this isn't your first time together, is what that would suggest if you believe that way. So let's see. Everything's not always rainbows and sunshine. I did see something where Gloria, your Mercury, is what we call semi-square to James's Pluto. So you have your Mercury, and it is in a little stellium for you. So you might be a really smooth talker and know a lot of things and like deep knowledge of things and really gifted in your area of studies because there's passion there, there's emotion there, but there's ability to communicate what you know. And on James, potentially it could be something that he feels like is being kind of told at him at things, and there's a little bit of tension there. Sometimes in these semi squares, it can be a little bit of like um, Pluto taking things to the level of lashing out or like taking things to this battle level because they don't want to be controlled. And then up here, it's kind of like, well, I know better, so I'm here to guide you and help you. And then we can see him being like, well, I need to do it my way. And sometimes that can just be like a little bit battle of the minds, and it can get some kind of little relationship standoffs. But I feel like for a parent and child, that makes a lot of sense because it's in the home and you have all this worldly knowledge because you are older and wiser, and that's just the natural relationship. So I would say for this, just tread lightly, try not to force things on him. If he can learn his own way, sometimes that's going to be better for him. And then on the times that actually no, he needs to hear it, then you're not overexhausting this house of where you're always nagging him or telling him things or not letting him choose himself because he's going to push back in that um, just naturally. And here it just looks like it's a good chance for you to use all of your knowledge and experience to find other ways to show him things without it making it seem like he doesn't have a choice in anything. Um, and then I just wanted to touch base. I don't know how we're doing on time, but I just saw something really cute. It's one of my favorite things. So it's Jupiter sextile the ascendant. So it's your Jupiter, and your Jupiter is just in a really cute position for him. So you're down here. This is Jupiter. Here's his ascendant. You have this really tight 0 degree. It's as close as you can get orb to him. And Jupiter's our planet of generosity, wisdom, guidance, love. It's like this expanding planet that just brings gifts. And so in his world, how he interprets things and views life, he has this feeling, this 100% feeling that you are always there for him and that his life is better because of you and that you're doing things in love for him and wanting to give him things and and show him new experiences and teach him meaningful things and really make the most out of life. And that's how he sees you in his eyes, as this really wonderful blessing. And it's like the tightest it's not conjunction, but the tightest orb that you can get at 0 degrees. So I just thought that was really sweet, and it just shows that you are um really wanting to be there for him, and he's going to feel that tremendously and be really grateful for it. And I think that's how I want to leave here because I think that's beautiful. All good things here. We have long lasting meaningful relationships and learning. And, that one struggle I point out is just to give advice and hope that it's helpful advice, not to make anything worried. I'm sure most people would have that at some point in their child parent relationship anyway. Um, and the Jupiter, since we were talking about that, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like there's a little semi-square going on to his Mars. Sometimes it just seems like you both are going to feel like you know best sometimes. And I think that's natural, but in his energy line, he has to see that from you because he wants to see strong people who know what they want to learn how to be a strong person who knows what he wants. So there's some tension between you guys because he's going to learn from that and he needs to see a strong leader in his life. And it looks like you are that strong leader. So I think it's all great for him. He wants to learn that from you and how to stand on his own 2 feet and stand up for what he believes in. And he's going to see that from you. And he's going to learn a lot. And that is his goal. So I think this is a perfect relationship. Okay, I'm going to stop it here. And this way I can go ahead and save this and I will message you the link. So for now, that's it. And let me know what you think. And if you have anything that's unclear, I am happy to go over it and answer any questions. Okay, thanks so much.